Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy, and thank you for joining me today on June 20th, the solstice. What a beautiful day. This is going to be amazing. So, thank you all for coming. If you could just take a moment and give me a like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can go to the description below. You'll find my email. You can message me at snappydts@gmail.com. So thank you all so much. This is going to be great. So today we're just going to do sort of a shorter reading. This is going to be just a quick one. So I want to start by doing some sortes. And I wanted to do a sortes using my friend Graham's book. Graham is a dear friend and a good contributor. This is a book of his poetry called The Shape of My Will. And as far as I'm concerned, Graham is definitely someone inspired by the muse. So, church is in session. Hey, Artie Mission. Good to see you, Mother Rhea. Good to see you, Claire. All right. So let's go to Graham's poetry, and we're going to ask the muses to guide our hand. We're going to do some sortes. It's a form of bibliomancy that was popularized in the Greco-Roman tradition, where we go to a piece of literature, we flip through the pages, and we select a passage at random. So muses, guide my hand. What is the message? What is the takeaway? How do we best move and flow? What is the inspiring words for today? More resilient and brilliant than ever before. More resilient and brilliant than ever before. Wow, those are really powerful words for me today. You know, this has been an intense day. That energy of the solstice is wild. You know, this is a time of Dionysus. This is also the time of the resurrection of the Kori, right? Persephone. This is also the Chronia, the festival of Kronos. The summer solstice is huge, big magic, you know, transformative time, really intense. And we have the full moon coming up tomorrow, so everyone's been kind of just raging in my world. I don't know about you all. So seeing this more resilient and brilliant than ever before really just gave me the boost I needed to keep pushing through and to do this. So let's have some fun. Let's keep going. All right. So I wanted to bring in a new book today as well. This is Hermann Hesse, Narcissus and Goldmund. So Hermann Hesse is a really awesome writer. He was a German mystic, writing in like the early 1900s. His most famous book is probably Siddhartha. He was my first introduction to a lot of Eastern thought. So even while he's not like pure Eastern thought, he really interprets it through a Western Christian lens and such. He's a really brilliant mystic, and this book is really fun. It's really about like this trying to balance this pursuit of spirit and the pursuit of flesh. You know, these two characters are sort of supposed to be mirrors of one another, one who's after the divine and one who's after beauty, you know, and then they're supposed to meet somewhere in the middle, right? And I thought that was kind of the perfect message for the things that I've been talking about lately. You know, trying to meet in the middle, trying to balance this pursuit for the divine oneness and that pursuit of beauty, to take them both into consideration, right? So let's continue. So muses, guide my hand. What is the inspiration from Hermann Hesse? How do we best move and flow? What should we take with us today? All right. Wow. It was extremely beautiful, and he caught her furious hands and held them fast and talked to her, noting that her face and figure were also of great beauty. It was extremely beautiful, and he caught her furious hands and held them fast and talked to her, noting that her face and figure were also of great beauty. Wow. Extremely beautiful. And he caught her furious hands and held them fast. Wow. So what I'm getting from this is just this idea, right? That beauty, we also have to recognize that beauty and violence are in kind. And those who have beauty are also such passionate, fiery characters, and that these two energies always coalesce and that they're connected, you know? And I think it's also remembering that we have to pursue that beauty, to strive after that goddess, right? In the pursuit of flesh and spirit, I know where I'm going personally, but you know, and people would say that's not mystical, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You know, the flesh, the world, it has a lot to offer. And instead of spirit, how about spirits in the name of Dionysus? Drink some wine. All right, let us continue. Just having fun. All right. I'm going to go to our Chapman's Homer, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Nothing needs to be said about Homer. Homer is the GOAT. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? What is the inspiration? How do we move forward in flow? Okay. I will have proved with malignity. I will have proved with malignity. Wow. I will have proved with malignity. That's an intense message and a strong one. What are we saying? Sometimes to make your point heard, you have to go to those darker places, and you have to be a little bit aggressive, malignant. You know, you have to make yourself heard. You have to prove your point. You know? And that is hard, right? No one wants to be in this energy, but this really fits for the image I had for today. Both of these sword tastes are really fitting. This idea that we have to don our armor and we have to protect ourselves and move forward and continue, right? And sometimes you have to hold strong, and you do have to fight back. You do have to fight back to prove yourself, right? Wow. Let's continue. We're going to go to Euripides, 10 plays. We got classics like Medea, Andromache, Ion, the Bacchantes, Iphigenia, you know, Euripides, one of the greatest. So, muses, guide my hand. What's the message? How do we best move and flow? Send us that inspiration. It seems to me a boot is clattering in the house, and he will soon come to the front. Wow. It seems to me a boot is clattering in the house. He will soon come to the front. This is reminding us that those kind of energies of chaos, right? They're soon going to make their exit. They're going to make their way to the front, and it's going to come to a head. But that head is also the way out, you know? And that's what's making a ruckus internally. All of that pent-up energy, that pent-up rage, it has to come out. It has to go somewhere. And this really fits with that energy we've been seeing in the astrology, right? With this moon in Sagittarius, right? That fieriness and that mutability. This idea that this is really bringing out our deep-seated emotions, things that we've been holding in, you know? It's leading to outrage, to boots clattering and moving to the front. Wow, intense. All right. So I wanted to use a more fun, kind of weird book. This gets a little wild. This is called Amor Divina. If you can see there, it has the 666. This is Aleister Crowley, and this is a collection of his wild kind of sex magic writings and stuff. I found this, of all places, in like a used bookstore for like dirt cheap. So I picked it up because I was just like, what are the odds of finding something so niche? And it's very niche, and I haven't fully read it. So, but it's a wild book, so let's check it out. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What's the message? How do we best move and flow? What's the inspiration to take from Crowley today? Okay. Let them all return to thee, blessed Vesta. Wow. Let them all return to thee, blessed Vesta. Vestal virgins, that's that great mother goddess. All goes back to that one. And I just have this feeling, you know, that it's about just letting things return and go and being in this flow and recognizing the flow, learning to move and flow, that things have to take their time, you know. And part of the quest is moving through time and going after that blessed Vesta. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right. We're going to move to our fairy cards. You know, I just like these guys. Good energy. And let's see what the message is from the fairies. What's the inspiration, muses? How do we best move and flow? All right. This one always comes up. Wisdom. And what a better time for wisdom than now, right? Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. On this solstice and the full moon, there are a few more powerful things than you can do than to do that deep reflective work, right? The moon is the absolute mirror. And if you go out and stand under the stars and you reflect under her gaze and you think about things, especially now, these primordial moments in time, there's a lot of wisdom to be gained. And I think it's also calling on us, you know, sometimes we have to rise above. And you have to be that wise person. You got to be that Athena, right? You got to take the hit. You got to rise above. You have to see things as they are. And, you know, wisdom requires people to be the bigger person. And it's difficult because we all want to be petty, right? We all get hurt and we're all human. But, you know, wisdom is wisdom for a reason. And the true wisdom is wisdom that can be acted upon, right? So if we want to be wise, you got to act like a wise person. Take responsibility and, you know, let stuff go. Be in flow. All right. We're now going to go to our proper tarot reading. As always, we're going to use our Lady Frida Harris, Aleister Crowley deck, Thoth Tarot. And we're going to do our Saturn square. So we're going to ask that divine God of wisdom, Saturn, to bring us the wisdom. We're going to cut up our life, put it out on the plates, see where the connections are, and look, how can we best move and flow? How do we get inspiration? What is the best way to go forward? Where are the conflicts? Muses, guide my hand. And as always, the center card is the most important. Okay. Hermit energy. Yeah. Taking that time to reflect, taking that time out, taking that time to do the hard work and to be not just self-reflective, but also self-critical, you know? The hermit is the one who can really do that hard work, you know, of being humble, of humbling themselves to themselves, you know? This is that Virgo energy, that energy that goes off and contemplates and really thinks about action and how to move in flow, you know? And under this, and during our solstice, during our full moon coming up, just like I was saying, you know, and this is such an important card too for this energy right now, because this is the resurrection of the Kori, right? And who brings the Kori back but Demeter, the mother? And she brings it back with this energy here, okay? This energy of the lantern, shining a light into those dark places, going and doing that hard work, really reflecting, you know? And it's that power of love that resurrects the Kori. It's refusing to give up, to keep in chase, to keep looking and searching in spite of the impossibilities, right? You know? And this is that energy too. Look in the bottom there. We got Cerberus, right? This is about going to the underworld and coming back, right? Going to the depths of the soul, shining a light, taking stock, doing the hard work, being critical. Hard card to see in the middle, but also a beautiful card, you know? Let's see where it's going, right? We have all this loving, abundant energy that's here, right? That 3, that's that ever expanding emotional loving energy. So what I'm seeing here is that Hermit has this incredible love, this incredible ability to be in this love, right? And because of that, they're able to take this time out, right? It's that loving support that gives them the ability to be reflective and to understand that the world isn't against them, that they're in love, but there's still this necessary reflection, right? So let's see where this is going on the other side. Yeah. Cruelty. Mental cruelty. This is putting ourselves in a prison, right? That's the 9 of Swords, the most powerful the swords can get. This is way overthinking things to the point of being absolutely horrible to oneself, right? This is to the point of causing self-harm. This is where you believe that you are the problem. So there's so much here. It's also, this cruelty is like looking for fights. You know, this is that energy of constant battling, right? Not just cruelty to the self, but then cruelty to others. So you're lashing, right? Just lashing out. And this is an energy where this person really needs to reflect on that. There's this abundant love. Why is it causing so much conflict? Why is it causing so much cruelty? Let's continue. Where is this energy coming from? Okay. Yeah. We're seeing where it's coming from. We're seeing where it's coming from. This is that energy of showing up immature and reckless, right? We've talked about this kind of energy a lot these last few days because we keep seeing it in the energy of discs, right? The Prince of Discs, but this is the Prince of Fire. This is even more intense in a sense because the Prince of Discs can build or he can knock it down, you know? He's either the bull in the china shop or he's the bull who pulls the plow, right? But this is that energy of, I'm here to cause a ruckus. I need my, you know, Prince of Discs, or sorry, Prince of Fire wands. This is that real intense young energy of just going out and pursuing your dreams and being reckless and being fiery, being passionate. Right? That's that energy of being so passionate that you are just striving. You're throwing yourself at everything with as much heart and fire as possible. If you look, he's riding in the chariot. He's got the spear. He's going forward, right? This is the kind of energy that burns itself out, right? This is the kind of energy that accidentally knocks people off guard and maybe offends, but it's just trying to help. There's so much love, but that love can also burn because it's coming on so quickly and so intensely. Wow. Let's see where it's going. Yeah. And it's about this wish fulfillment energy. You know, I'm seeing this energy of there's an opportunity here, right? There's an opportunity here to, there's that, I see the star just out of reach, right? And this guy is saying, I want the star now, immediately. I can see it there. Why isn't it in my hand? You know, that's not how this works, though. That's not how it works. Let's see where this is going. Yeah. Yeah. There's a conflicting energy here, right? Queen of Cups, Prince of Wands. You have that loving, comforting mother energy who wants to be that support, who wants to be the one who's like being that nurturer, being that energy of, I see the pain you're going through. How can I help? And this person is not in need of no comfort. Nope. They don't want your comfort. They want your defense. They want your action. They want you to help them draw down the star. They're in a goal, they're in a direction. Any criticism, any challenge, this lady's going to get burned. It's going to create steam, right? There's a confliction here because it's not that this person doesn't see. It's like they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it right now. They're fixated on this energy of trying to manifest their dreams, and this person is seeing that person burn up and is getting concerned. Wow. Wow. That's an intense energy. Ooh, I saw this coming. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Wow. Down the center, too, we're having another conflict. We have that Knight of Cups energy conflicting again with this Prince of Wands energy. You know, the Knight of Cups energy is similar to this energy, right? Where the Queen of Cups is trying to build up her kin. She really tells people that they're loved, makes them feel loved in order for them to succeed. Whereas the Knight of Cups comes up to you and offers you the water. You know, they're the person on the battlefield tending the wounded. So what I'm getting here with this energy, again, this energy is coming up to this Prince of Wands, you know, and is like, look, how can I help? How can I help? How can I give you that emotional support you need? And again, this fiery prince is saying, get that water away from me. You're going to put out my shine. I don't need your help. I don't need your emotion at this time. I want your support, right? I want your understanding. I want you on my side. I don't want to hear anything else. Yeah. And connected to this night energy is this love energy. This is why this is so difficult too, right? There's this deep love energy between these two. These two energies, they're coming up and they're fighting, but they love each other. This energy, right? This is about collaboration and remixing as well. But this is also like that fire and ice kind of thing. You know, love and war. So similar, but so different. Yeah. And it is spurred on. So this connection is spurred on by this abundant, loving, supportive energy, right? I feel like a big problem here is we're seeing so much water, so much love and support, all this abundance of emotional energy. And then this person is just not having it. They're in a totally different energy. You know, they're in a totally different framework, right? Totally different thing. It's interesting to think about. So let's tilt our camera and let's take a look at our full square. And we'll start doing our diagonals and our up and downs, you know, so you can get a full view here. And I'm just going to take a second. If you can all please like and subscribe. The likes really do make a difference. They boost the algorithm. And if you are interested, you can send me an email, snappydts@gmail.com. The email is in the description if you would like a private reading. All right. So we're going to start over here. Yeah. So it's this love affair. It's not just... There's a lot of love going around here. And what I'm seeing is that there's this deep, strong community love affair, this hardcore kind of group, and they're all invested in that same energy. So, yeah, this is interesting because what I'm seeing here is we have all this energy here directed to this goal, right? Of drawing down the star, and there's this love between them. And then there's this energy over here of conflict, right? On the other side coming across to do the same thing. And it's almost like the water group and the fire group are not going the same path. You know, this person is excluded from this group. They feel left out of this love affair. And that's why is also causing some of this animosity. They feel left out of this love affair. Even though they're pursuing the same goal, They don't see themselves in this 3. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. And we're going down here, right? We have that Hermit card, and we have that Knight of Cups, and we have that, right, that Prince of Wands. And what I'm seeing here is that this energy, this fighting between them, this fiery kind of connection here, there needs to be a step back. There needs to be this time. This is about taking a moment, taking a breather, and recognizing that this energy right now is conflicting, but it doesn't need to conflicting. It doesn't need to keep conflicting, right? We clearly have one energy who's showing up who doesn't want to fight, right? But is prepared to defend themselves. And then another energy that's being very reckless, but is still in that loving energy, right? There isn't hate. It's defensive. So let's continue. Yeah. And what I'm seeing here too is that there is all this. The Queen of Wands energy here too is really manifesting this cruelty as well, right? This cruelty is really affecting that energy, that loving, caring energy who's trying to help this community, who's trying to be that mother energy, you know? And what I remind people is anyone who's trying to embody this mother energy for another, right? To be that shoulder to cry on, like that's such difficult energy to take, to be. You know, no one can be that energy for extended periods of time. Some people do it, but then they develop a deep inner, you know, like their cups get drained. Their cups get drained. And right now there is this luxury here. There is a lot of love to give, but there's so much self-doubt. It's like you can't really be given love if you're in this self-hatred. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Yeah. And I see here when we look at the cross, we're going to do this one first. The key for this energy of this Queen of Wands is to just go into this hermitage, to take this time out, take this time to reflect, and to do that inner alchemy, inner balancing, inner love work, self-love, reflecting upon the self. You know, what she needs at this moment is for her to stop being cruel to herself, right? She needs to take that step back and love herself and be okay with herself, because there's just too much, there's been too much draining of these cups, you know? And if we look on the other diagonal here, yeah, this community also needs to take a time out. Too much wish fulfillment, too much, you know, too much trying to manifest and gain and bring something from something magical into the material, too much fixation here when this energy hasn't been reflected upon fully. You know, we don't know exactly how to do it, what we're doing. You know, there's still wisdom to be gained. So what I'm getting here is that there's this energy of taking taking that step to slow down and reflect. You know, you're still going to be in this pursuit of drawing down that star, of connecting to this deep, powerful, emotional energy, right? But we need to be a little more refined at this moment. We need to take a step back, utilize this energy right now of the solstice and of the full moon to do that hard reflective work and to see where we have come up short, how we can improve, you know, and also, you know, to be kind to ourselves and to be in that self-love. It's not all critical either. Sometimes you need to recognize what you did right just as much, you know? And sometimes time is what needs to heal things. And this is just a complete, there's a misconnection between these two energies. Fire showing up when other people are in water, and there's just a not seeing each other for how the intention is moving past each other, you know? Wow. All right. All right, everyone. I hope that helps. You know, this was the more difficult one. We've been having a lot of really positive readings, but You know, the tarot is real. And stop. This is that energy of stop being cruel to yourself. Work on self-love. Work on trying to be in that energy of being okay with people when they're showing up reckless, and learning to balance that energy. You know, it's difficult, but and we have to try to be more inclusive, even when people don't show up and they may not fit in. It's hard. I don't know. This is a difficult reading. Lots of intense energy here, but the main key is to be in that reflective mode, to take that time out, to reflect on all of this, and to love yourself, and to commune with those core foundational relationships, you know, and to try to move past that self-cruelty. All right. I hope that was really helpful for you all. I hope that really connected. I really take a moment, if you can, go out under the stars, look up the moon. You know, even if it's cloudy, just look up, be in that moment, take it in, and recognize the flow, and just feel it. All right. This is beautiful. Thank you guys for being with me. I appreciate all your support so much. Sending all the love to you on this solstice. Happy Cronia, and take care.